Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action. We are back for my top Blu-ray releases of 2023. Big pile to take a look at, so let's get into it. 2023 has been another bumper year for physical media, Blu-rays, DVDs, 4K if you're into that kind of thing. I think it's been a tremendous year. Now, there's been doom and gloom. I mean, your Best Buy is no longer stocking films, and in Australia, I'm hearing good, strong rumours that JB Hi-Fi are going to pull out of films at the end of this year. But that's why we have the boutique film labels. That's why we all have the ability to order online. And when we start getting these releases, this kind of stuff, this digging so deep, it's just amazing. It is a golden age of Blu-ray collecting. And this is just some of my favourites of the year. This is by no means all of it. The first thing I didn't include on here because they would have fallen off the shelf is the 4 Shaw Brothers Blu-ray box sets from Shout Factory, plus the Brave Archer box, plus the Tai Lung box. Did not expect these to come out. The Arrow was doing their 2 sets, and I think we kind of all thought that might be it, and then Shout comes out of nowhere with their sets, and they're fantastic. The quality is excellent. They're picking some deeper cuts as well as some more popular cuts, so they're keeping it quite mixed. They're all pretty action films. They're not digging into like boring dramas and stuff like that. So yeah, and then they're doing whole sets that are just the Brave Archer films and a whole bunch of Tai Lung films. So yeah, really exciting to have those sets. Right, we're not going to go through this in any kind of order. In fact, I've just missed one, and I'm going to pull it off the shelf because it's right there in front of me. And I have to include this one, Kamikaze, because I've been battling on to anybody that will listen to me about this film. This is a fantastic French science fiction black comedy kind of film that came out, I think it was 86, and it was produced by Luc Besson, who's better known for larger films than this one, that's for sure. But I love this film. I've shown it to a few people. I try and get people really interested in this one, about a mad scientist that's had enough of noisy, loud people on TV and just wants to shoot them. So comes up with an invention to shoot them through the TV. It's amazing. We've all been there. You wanted to shoot the person on Saturday Night Live or something along those lines, or the newsreader that's just banging on in a terrible accent. This guy lives it. So yeah, Kamikaze. Brilliant release there from Kino. It only before that legit had a German DVD a couple of years before with no English soundtrack. And before that, it was just sort of floating around on the internet, recorded off TV and then VHS. There was never any other releases. So yeah, thrilled to have that one out there. In no order, we got Ratman, the critter from the shitter. Didn't see this one coming. Yeah, a really good fun Italian horror creature film kind of thing. It is out on Cauldron. I'm not going to speak too much about the films because we've done that in all the updates. But yeah, I love Ratman. It's got a few detractors, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a great release from Cauldron. Nice glossy slipcover there. 2 more great ones from Cauldron. The Last Match. When they announced this wave, my jaw was on the floor. Like, this is the kind of thing that I figured, this is stuck on Japanese VHS for the rest of time. It will never get an upgrade. And lo and behold, in the same update they did Last Match, they also did Top Line. Another one that I got on Japanese VHS. It's never had a DVD. But yeah, here we are, Franco Nero, Top Line. And The Last Match, if you've never seen, I mean, that's a fantastic artwork. If you've never seen The Last Match, your president's daughter has been taken hostage and like made up a stand somewhere, and the football team is brought in to rescue her, and it's just outstanding. And they blow up a helicopter by stuffing a hand grenade into a football and booting it at the helicopter. It's amazing. This is amazing stuff. And Top Line is your. It looks like it's action adventure kind of stuff, but then the androids happen and the aliens, and it's just all over the map. So yeah, they're fantastic. I think these fall into the About Goddamn Time territory. The Men Behind the Sun 1, 2, Laboratory of the Devil, and 3, A Narrow Escape. Because Massacre had been teasing these for at least 2 years, probably more, and they finally got there with them. They got the releases out, and they're fantastic. They look great. Of course, it's the law of diminishing returns. The first film is a real film, and then Godfrey Ho takes over. So you get Godfrey Ho films, and they get a bit more splattery and a bit less serious. But, what a dark and depressing film this one is. It's very well done. It's very grubby, and it will make you hate humans. But, Men Behind the Sun finally got a nice proper release on Blu-ray. Thanks to Massacre. These were nice ones to come out. The Shout Factory Night of the Demons 2 and 3. Number 2 had a release on Olive that was serviceable, but number 3 had never escaped DVD. I was very excited to put on number 3 and watch that in high def and widescreen for the first time. So the DVD, I think, was full screen. This is, they're good fun. They're very sort of light-hearted, the kind of horror films you see as a teenager when you're getting into horror, like your Night of the Creeps and that kind of stuff. But I think they're good fun. So yeah, Night of the Demons 2 and 3. I prefer the sequels over the first one, it's got to be said. Stoked! This is just amazing. Eureka! Just doing the best work possible. Cynthia Rothrock's Lady Reporter. I kind of hoped this would come out. Eureka's been hitting the Hong Kong films pretty hard. So hard that the comment section on Eureka's Facebook can be hard to watch. A lot of man babies having big cries over the nasty martial arts films, taking time away from their unpronounceable Polish art dreck. But yeah, Lady Reporter, The Blonde Fury. So I had the Delta Mac DVD from Hong Kong of Blonde Fury, and I paid a serious amount of money for that. It was early triple figures I paid to get that thing, because it was the only release worldwide of the film, and it's Cynthia Rothrock's first movie, so of course I had to. And now we have the Blu-ray, and it's fantastic, and it's ridiculously filled with extras and that kind of stuff. There you go. You've got to see this one if you like Cynthia Rothrock. You need to see this film. It's great. It is just great. And then the other side of the Cynthia Rothrock coin, which I think a lot of people actually might have been their first Rothrock. If they've approached cinema from a different angle, they might not have even realised who she was when they saw this. This is one of those things that the internet rebooted, and that is undefeatable. Many years ago, I'm talking early YouTube start, 14 years ago kind of thing, a clip of the end fight of this surfaced on the internet, and then that just made people get so interested in seeing the worst fight in history, that kind of thing, and then worked out it was undefeatable, and then you could go get the DVD or whatever, watch the VHS. Not only is this a Blu-ray, but it's a friggin' 4K UHD. Who'da thunk it? Godfrey Ho, 4K. This film is mental. It is incredibly silly. It is a lot of fun. It plays so well with a crowd. This is get your mates together and watch some good fighting from her and some, just fun. It is fun film, undefeatable. I like it. This amazing box set, The Danza Macabre, Volume 1, and they've just released Volume 2, so I have to get that at some point. Italian Gothic collection of some pretty unknown, at least for me, black and white horror films. We have The Monster of the Opera, The Seventh Grave, Scream of the Demon Lover, and Lady Frankenstein. That one had a UK release. I can't remember the name. The Nucleus Films, I think, did that release. But this is a wonderful box set. I'm loving Severin's box sets. They're just beautifully done. Proper cover artwork, individual cases. The prints are always good. The releases are treated with care. They're full of extras. And this is just another great one. The Danza Macabre. Next on my best of 2023 release, got to include Eureka's Hopping Mad set here. They followed up their Mr. Vampire release, which I think was 2022, with the sequels. So you get parts 2, 3, 4, and Vampire vs. Vampire, the sort of fifth film. And it's fantastic. I'm really happy that they followed through on this and got all of them out, and they all look great, and they've all chock-a-block full of extras. If you've only seen the first film, you need to check these sequels out. I mean, it's got Lam Ching Ying in all of them. So yeah, Hopping Mad. If you like your jumping vampires, you need to get the first one and get this set, and you're done. That's what you need. So Shout Factory do their exclusives, and for someone in Australia, most annoying. You've got to jump through hoops to get them, but I will get them if I want them. And this one I had to get. Crime Zone and Future Kick. Future Kick had, these are Roger Corman produced films. Future Kick had a Corman released DVD in the way ago, which was always a bit dark and murky and not that great. Crime Zones never escaped VHS until now, and it's good fun. I mean, both these films are good fun. Future Kick's the better film, but I'm thrilled to finally be able to see Crime Zone. And when I say see, I mean actually see. The Australian VHS was so dark, it was like, you could not see what was going on. But you got David Carradine in Crime Zone with that fantastic artwork, and Don the Dragon in Future Kick. So they're both sort of post-apocalyptic action films. Amazing to have this release. I don't know why they don't let these things go wide release. Surely they'd sell more than 1,000 copies, but here we are. In the Line of Duty, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think Eureka did these individually from memory, I think, if I'm thinking about the right films. But either way, it doesn't matter. I wanted this box set from 88, but it's the US release from 88 films. And in the Line of Duty films, the first one's also called Yes, Madam. And then the series names start to get a little bit murky. There's a wiki you can go and look up about how this stuff sort of connects, but you get Yes, Madam, first one, which has also got the amazing Cynthia Rothrock, and I watched her do a Q&A and a live session, and we watched the film on the big screen at the start of 2023, which was excellent, and she was very, very nice and did wonderful Q&A. So, Yes, Madam. That is followed up by part 2, sort of, Royal Warriors. So there you go on this one. This one has Michelle Yeoh return without Cynthia in this one. And that's sort of how they're connected. And then you get onto, they're not really connected anymore, but it doesn't really matter. Throw them all together. Part 3, it's just In the Line of Duty part 3. This time you've got Michiko Nishiwake in this one, and Cynthia Khan, of course. So there you go, part 3. And then part 4, In the Line of Duty part 4, which on Australian DVD was just called In the Line of Duty. It's also got Donnie Yen and Cynthia Khan again. So great. There is actually like up to 9 of these things. Part 5, Forbidden Arsenal, they should do for sure. And then 6 is something like Red Heat or something. Not Red Heat. Red something. I can't remember what it's called. But they should really do part 5, Forbidden Arsenal. That'd be nice. But yeah, these are just great releases. They've got multiple language options. I'm really thrilled that they did this kind of box set and more people get to see the In the Line of Duty films, because they're just great girls with guns, heroic bloodshed kind of stuff. Fantastic. This one, had no idea what this was, and got to give props, I'm going to cover it up, to Diabolic DVD for their own direct first release, Haunted Samurai. That's a 1970 on the dot film. And it's follows your standard kind of lone warrior plot device, your walking tall kind of thing. But the samurai version, 1970, it's a well-worn plot. But I thought this was great, and it's got quite a lot of sword play and bloodshed, and good stuff, and a great first release from these guys. Quite an obscure film. Not too sure if it had any prior release on anything. Maybe some old VHS, but Haunted Samurai. Recommend you pick that one up while you still can. It's only available through Diabolic. This one was another, someone's dug really deep on these ones. And Shaolin Invincibles, God, that ape. And 7 to 1. I haven't actually popped on 7 to 1 yet, but I did watch Shaolin Invincibles, and you just need to watch the trailer on AGFA's website to see how utterly delirious this thing is. It is quite a fantastical martial arts film, and deserving of a second chance at light, and then bundling with an even more rare film, 7 to 1. So great release here from AGFA, and I need to get onto that second film sometime. Fantastic box set here, and this cleared up 5 individual releases from, I think I had 3 from 88 Films, and 1 from Fractured Visions, and 1 from maybe a Severin one itself or something, I can't remember exactly, but Violent Streets getting a nice run here of Umberto Lenzi and Thomas Millian. Eurocrime films, and they're all quality ones. Almost Human, Syndicate Satis, Free Hand for a Tough Cop, Cynic the Rat and the Fist, and Brothers Till We Die. Particularly enjoy this set. Great artwork on them too. Almost human is it? Nasty bloody piece of work. Syndicate Sadists, that one was definitely on 88. Freehand for a Tough Cop, that one was on Fractured Visions. Cynic, the Rat and the Fist there with a bit of Franco Nero, that was on 88. And Brothers Till We Die was also on 88. So, yeah, happy to consolidate in a wonderful little box set here. Again, Severin owning the box set market this year. Next up, 2 releases, again, Shout exclusives, Blood Fist and Black Belt, both Don the Dragon Wilson films, and confirmed that Black Belt is the uncut edition. I watched it and went, yep, that's uncut. The DVD does not have these bits, which is fantastic. And Blood Fist, I mean, so good. These are 2 of Don's best films. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he's got the skills. You've got in Black Belt, you've got what's his name, Matthias Hughes playing the bad guy, and that's worth the price of entry alone. And then you got Billy Blanks in Blood Fist, so like you can't go wrong with these 2. And I cannot believe they were exclusives to the store. How can they not sell these things through Amazon or whatever? But the crap they put out, whatever. Attack of the Beast Creatures. Man, you snooze, you lose on this one. People were like, oh, do I want to see this? It looks really silly. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Oh, it's sold out. Oh, it's going for $150 on the second-hand market. Oh, well, you should have bought it when I told you to. Attack of the Beast Creatures, another AGFA release, and prime example of 1985 independent film. I mean, it is silly. I mean, that's the whole idea. I mean, got these little creatures that are running amok and killing everyone slasher style, but they're like, these little pygmy things. It's ridiculous, but it is fantastic, and it's done with so much passion. It looks good. The acting's as fine as it needs to be, and yeah, Attack of the Beast Creatures on Blu-ray with a slipcover. Who'd have thunk it? Sidekicks in 4 friggin' K. Yeah, Chuck Norris, Joe Piscopo, and Jonathan Brandis. Watching it again, yeah, it's very, it's a little bit kids' film. I think that was sort of the intention, It's your, yeah, she Karate Kid kind of thing. But to get it in this ridiculous kind of set with the magnetic strip, and you get the faux magazine here, in like you get this magazine, and then you get the slipcover with the actual film. I mean, Benninger Syndrome, they treat us so nicely. Sidekicks, ridiculous 4K Blu-ray set of a film that I think a lot of people kind of forgot about, but it's good fun. Sidekicks, Chuck Norris. And 2 more on this side we're going to show. This is and I've taken off the sleeve, so it's in a box somewhere. Magic, Myth, and Mayhem. Mutilation, sorry. The films of Michael J. Murphy, sorry. And this is comprehensive, is what this is. Like everything this director has made between 1967 and 2015. Little films that go for a very short amount of time. Full-length pictures. All the various qualities. Some things are shot on video, some things are shot on film, but you just cannot, like, you have to appreciate the effort that's been put into this release, and the sheer comprehensive nature of everything you get on here. There is, how many films are on this? An insane amount of films is on here, is what this is. There's like 20 films or something, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that Indicator have gone to this effort for a forgotten director, sometimes a bit maligned director. Avalon was the film that I first saw for his work, and it is, yeah, get a bunch of mates together and film in the local park kind of thing. But then it has some stop motion effects that are actually really good, and it's just shot with passion. So yeah, gotta give it up to micro budget cinema of Michael J. Murphy, 1960 to 2015 from Indicator Films. Amazing. And the last one in this pile, cannot say no to Missing in Action. Chuck Norris again in the original 3 films. It might be, I think it was the first time that the 3rd film had an American release. So again, a consolidation effort for me here. New prints on parts 1 and 2 over the old Was it Scorpion Releases, now on Kino, and then Part 3, which only ever had a German release. So great stuff to get the manliest of manly trilogy here, missing in action. And of course I was going to include this set because it is just so utterly magical. Arrow Video don't, in the last recent years, haven't really shone in the kind of way that I liked them. I mean, when they launched Arrow, their tagline was the home of the giallo, and that quickly stopped. And they put out more stuff I don't want than stuff that I do want. But then they put out stuff like this, the Arrow Video, essentially the Empire Films collection here. Enter the video store, Empire of Screens. Beautiful design, looking like a video store, with the top that pops off, and the films included, which are just, some of the best of the Empire Films lineup. You get Robot Jox, Arena for the first time on Blu-ray. It had a DVD prior. Dungeon Master, Dolls, and Cellar Dweller. I had a whale of a time revisiting all of these, particularly Robot Jox. That one really just worked for me this time around. It really did. And Arena. I mean, seeing it properly in HD, that one really helped. So, yeah, this is a great set. It's out of print, but you can now get the standard edition, which is the same film. So, highly recommend you pick it up because it's a great set of films. There's a booklet in there as well. And, yeah. Good on you, Arrow, and getting the MGM license there and doing these Empire Films releases here. Beautiful stuff. Arrow Video, into the video store. Down to the last ones. Had to include the Messiah of Evil set. This is another one from Radiance this time. Actually, it's the first one I think I've shown from Radiance tonight. And they've eclipsed the previous release of this film. Code Red did the last Blu-ray, then you can get a limited edition slipcover directly from Diabolic, which I did, but Radiance knocks it out of the park. It is a far better transfer. Try and get the thing out, it's very tight in here. It's got much more respect paid to extras. There is a whole truckload of limited edition features on here, and a wonderful booklet, well, book actually, it's like 64 pages or something. Huge book, and yeah. It's like watching the film in a new light. So yeah, Messiah of Evil, wonderful new edition here from Radiance Films. I think this edition's gone, but there is just the Blu-ray disc, and it's the same print. So yeah, make sure you pick that one up. I think we were all finally happy to get a copy of Martin this year, weren't we? I didn't go for the fancy dancy edition. I just wanted the film, and yeah, now we have Martin on Blu-ray. It's not the super long, ridiculous cut. I know Second Sight tried to get that version, but they were unable to acquire it. But yeah, here we are with Martin in HD, 4K restoration, and yeah, it looks glorious, and we've finally got it, Martin. Next up, we have Killzone, the first, I plead, of many David Pryor HD remasters. I would very much love to see this kind of film. Like Deadly Prey, a proper release of Deadly Prey, please. That would be great. And there's so many other David Pryor films. Need a proper release this time. This is the first time one of his films, to my knowledge, at least one of the earlier ones, the 80s films, has had an actual HD print. There's been a lot of VHS on Blu-ray releases, but this one, yeah, it's his first film, I think, and it looks fantastic. It's MVD's done a fantastic job on this one. And I love the slip makes it look like an old beaten up VHS. So yeah, Killzone, great stuff. Another late edition, this one here, Fatal Games, a slasher that was supposed to come out on Code Red many times, at least it was threatened to, and then never did. But Vinegar Syndrome's picked it up. I don't particularly like their custom artwork, but you do have that underneath, and that's good. Yeah, it's just one of those third tier slashers that was missing from everyone's collections. Maybe second tier if you want to be really generous. But I mean, the killer is killing people with a javelin, so it's amazing. Anyway, Fatal Games. So happy with that. And yeah, props to a large company for actually listening to the people. Prey, put out by 20th Century Fox, which means Disney. A streaming title that was on Hulu, I believe, and Disney Plus in other places. And then we just all went, oh, we're not going to get a copy, are we? Because that's the world we live in now. But there must have been enough people saying, do a release. We've got all the other Predator films, and they listened. They did. You can get it on 4K, you can get it on Blu-ray. You can also get it from the UK on Blu-ray. Prey. I would have hoped that, something like the newer Hellraiser film would have got a release, but it's only getting bloody DVDs. It's just stupidity. But yeah, they listened, and we got Prey, which is a really nice addition to the Predator film series, and much better than the last two that they put out. I really enjoy Prey, so yeah, good stuff. And the last one, of course, I had to include this. There was just no ifs or buts. The Sensual World of Black Emmanuel. And yes, it's got the horse in the photo. Severin, you do us all proud. Us smut warriors with our pervert cards. Yeah. This was the release that needed to happen. At least for me. You get pretty much all of the Black Emmanuel and related films. I don't know how much of this I can actually show. There's just so many boobies. But, look, okay. You talk about book. And I'm going to go that fast because it's going to be full of boobies. But this is nuts. Okay? Half the box set is this book. And you get... I love this rotating photo there. Oops. You can get away with that one. There you go. Just the attention to detail. So all the Laura Gemser films, there you go. Black Emmanuel 1 and 2, Emmanuel in Bangkok, Emmanuel in America, Around the World, Last Cannibals, Porno Nights of the World, Emmanuel and the Porno Nights of the World, Sister Emmanuel, Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade. Oops, got to cover that one. Violence in a Women's Prison, Emmanuel in Prison, Black Cobra, Black Velvet, Emmanuel's Perverse Outburst, Porno, Exotic Love. And no, I haven't watched all these yet. Amore Libero, Free Love, Emmanuel, A Woman from a Hot Country. We're starting into soundtracks and things here. The Joe Dante on the Road of Excess, Scandalous Emmanuel, and Nico Fedenko's Groove soundtracks, B rarities, B-sides. It's just, yeah, I can't show you. It's just boobies everywhere. But this is how you do a box set. And I'll just get that. No, I won't. Bugger it. This is how you do a box set. Everyone take note, because... Whoa! Oh no. And back to the horse. Filth. Filth, Florin, filth. And it's amazing. Thank you, Severin, for my number one release of the year. My god. Anyway, what did you like out of this list? What did you like out of 2023? What were your favourite Blu-ray releases, 4K releases, DVD releases of the year? Let me know in the comments. I'm really keen to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.